Good morning.
Good evening.
Not even afternoon?
I looked at the time.
Evening, I better put my lights on.
It's later than what we thought.
What time is it? 6:30?
Yeah. Or I could say it's food time, because you always decide to record at food time.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait half an hour for food time.
Take the exit on the right, then take the first left.
We are, I don't know, where are we?
Taking this exit.
Making this exit, okay. Thanks. Appreciate that. This is Blewett Pass, so we're going to go over Blewett Pass. We're going to be southbound on Blewett.
Turn left at the stop sign.
I think the nearest town was Dryden, but I don't really remember.
Yeah, we're on Highway 2. What's that sound? The radio. Sound is the radio. Highway 2, Wenatchee is a few miles behind us here. We're headed up and over towards Ellensburg. Ellens something? That direction.
Oh, look, there's a sign.
Ellensburg 51. I guess we're actually headed to Cleet Elm? Cleet Elm. Something like that. That's where we're headed. I know, car. We're slow. We're trying, man. We're trying. We'll get there. Yeah, it's 20 degrees Celsius out. Jess goes, you're putting cameras outside? It looks like it's going to rain.
It was 25 earlier. It's cooling down quite fast.
We'll see. We'll see if the cameras do okay.
The roller coaster road.
The road is called Roller Coaster Road?
Yeah, I want to go on it.
So we're not super heavy. I did lower the drop axle on the back. So we have 4 axles on the trailer, and then it transfers a little more of the weight onto the drives and makes it a little bit of a smoother ride. So I dropped the axle anyway. We were close to the weight. Close to the legal limit where we needed to drop it. It's like, you know what? In that case, let's just drop it. It's close enough that I don't want to accidentally be a little too heavy where I needed to drop it. There we go. Almost up to speed. We like doing a load secure at that scale there, and we're good to go. Almost all the way to the customer, but we'll stop at that truck stop, TA on I-90 for the night. Most likely we'll be parked on the highway on the on-ramp or off-ramp. We're getting it pretty late. We'll be lucky if there's space on the on-ramp and off-ramp.
Yeah, I'm hoping there will be, but it'll be close. And a late start to the day.
Yeah, it was interesting. I guess if before we talk about my day, this video is brought to you by the Southern Group, now hiring Super B wood chip, Super B flat deck, Class 1 drivers in BC's Lower Mainland, the Okanagan, and the Kootenays. To apply, go to setco.ca, use promo code QuadFan, let them know I sent you. Get an extra $100 on your first payday. If you want more than just $100 extra on your payday, write down my name as a referral, and if I get a referral bonus, I'll split it 50-50 with you. So, YouTube was a problem. I got a letter in the mail from the IRS saying I needed some paperwork filled out, proving I am who I am, basically. ITIN. Because I'm making money off of YouTube. Even though it's like only $150 a month, IRS is interested in me. Wants to know all my info. So they want me to send my original passport or a certified photocopy of my passport. It's like, well, I can't send the original. I guess I better go get a certified copy made. I cross the border all the time, every week, not almost every single week. So, just did the research online and goes, oh, just go to the office here in Penticton at Service Canada and they can make a certified photocopy. That's what the internet says. That's what their official website said. Walked in at 8:30 in the morning when they opened. And they're like, yeah, we can't do that here. You'll have to go to Kelowna. They can do it there. Okay. My short morning and get on the road kind of fell through right there. Okay, booted my way over to Kelowna. Got there by 9:35. Sat in line for a long time. And then got told, okay, yeah, no problem, we can do that. We'll mail you your passport back to you by the end of the week. I'm like, hang on now, no, I cannot give you my passport. I cross the border all the time. I need the passport today to cross the border. Well, you'll have to come back when you don't need the passport. But I'm like, I need the passport all the time. I cannot come back when I don't need the passport because I always need my passport. Well, just come back on a Wednesday and we'll get it made for you here Wednesday while you're waiting. So Wednesdays is when we make the certified copies. I can't do that. I leave Sunday evening and get home Friday evening. I'm only home Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday morning. So I cannot do that. Let me talk to a manager. Yes, go ahead. Talk to your manager. They're like, yeah, we can't really do that. We're going to have to hold on to your passport. I'm like, I cannot let you do that. I go, I have to. I go, basically, I'm going to have to go talk to my boss and take a full week off of work, costing me like over $1,000 just to get this done. It's going to cost me hundreds, but most likely $1,000 to get this done. I have to take a week off of work. And she goes, let me talk to my manager's manager and see if we can figure out an exception or something, figure something out. I'm like, yes, please. And eventually they came back and go, yes, the person that normally does the notarizations has just come in to work. We'll make an exception and get it done for you today. We'll call you when it's ready, but most likely it'll be an hour or 2 hours before it'll be ready. I'm like, okay, thank you. I left, went and had lunch. On my way back, I got the phone call 45 minutes later. Hey, your photocopy's ready. So I basically sat in offices from 8:30 in the morning till just after lunch, because when I got back, the photocopy is ready. Guess what? I get put in line again, and I gotta sit there and wait. So I had to sit in lines 3 times today to basically just get a glorified photocopy.
Very much what it is, and I don't get why the ticket office gonna do it and stuff. But,
And I had to pay $45 for that glorified photocopy.
well, you had 3 of them. But still,
Ah, there's your rain. Darn it.
I'm like, you only do it 1 day a week, and like, hold the like, none of it makes sense and why it needs to be that complicated, really.
So it gets a photocopy. It's a certified photocopy, but it's just a glorified photocopy. It gets like a embedded stamp in it,
Yeah, but still, it's
embossed stamp on it.
nothing that should take a week to do. So, whatever.
Like, I'm in a bit of a unique situation. I can't do any of those options that you provide.
The only other one would have been asking to stay in Canada, but then you would have had to gone back up there. And,
I would have had to take. I would have had. The only other option would have been talk to the boss and say, hey, I need to do a run in Canada only for this week, and I need a Monday off so I can come in and. Or mail it in, like. Yeah, the offer was to mail it in, and then they mail it back. But somebody has to be there to sign it. So Jess would be forced to stay at home and sign for my passport to come back.
and thankfully they were nice and were able to do it, but it's a lot of work just for
I
that.
had to explain exactly why I can't do what normal people can do. Like, I literally need this. As soon as I'm leaving here, I am crossing the border into the U.S.
Exactly.
And when she goes, well, you'll have to come back when you don't need to cross the border. I'm like, but that is every day I have a possibility of crossing the border. Every single day there's a chance of me having to cross that border. Part of the job. I mean, Sutco does hire people that don't cross the border. If you want to work and not cross the border, that's absolutely an option. There is more pay to cross the border, though, so I like making more money to do the same job. So that's why I'm open to crossing the borders.
Speaking of crossing the border, that was interesting today as well.
That was interesting too. That was very interesting.
Not every day you see a spike strip.
Something was going on there. So I was going through the border and she was very distracted because a small white SUV came up behind us and went in the wrong lane and then came in behind us, just acting really weird behind us when they came in. I'm like, I started talking to Jess about that SUV right away. But when I got to the booth, she after we're done, she goes, "You been here before?" I'm like, "Yep, lots of times." She goes, "Can you do me a favor and stay here? Don't move until I get to the other booth." Basically, a trucker booth is up high, so they can just reach through the window. The car booth is down low, so they have to go to a different booth. So she says, "Can you just wait here for a second while such and such a name officer is ready to go, and when I go down to the booth down below, just to make sure that car behind you doesn't drive through." I'm like, "Okay, sure." And as we're starting to, as she walked down there, and then I'm like, "Okay, she's down there." I started moving forward. The officer outside had a spike strip ready to throw it out. As we got by, he was ready to toss out the spike strip. I don't think they ever did toss out the spike strip, but there was definitely something going on
I
there.
definitely saw the vehicle pulled over afterwards.
Yeah, they pulled that vehicle to the side and made them come inside. So I don't know if they were getting arrested or something. Some camera must have red flagged that car as somebody that's got a warrant or something.
For me, I didn't see a problem. Like, you were far enough back, they're probably like, oh, maybe a second lane's open. And then they saw it wasn't. That's my theory, right? And then
They were just confused.
But those officers definitely read something else about the situation.
I got a feeling the automated license plate reader popped up as an alarm inside.
Or something like that.
Yeah. It's like officer standing there with a spike strip ready to throw it right after I go through.
I was like, this is entertaining. I want to stay around and see what happens. But I do feel for them if they are just innocent, because I know there's a lot of questioning.
It could be just that that car is red flagged and the driver is fine, you know?
Yeah.
But either way, that car had a bad day. It's 15 degrees now.
Oh, yeah. I think it got down to like 9 degrees overnight for us. It actually got quite chilly still. But we're back down to our seasonal temps now. And I'm not going to complain. This rain is nice to have right now.
Yeah, on Monday, yesterday, it rained all day long. The video you guys watched yesterday, we recorded on Sunday.
These are the most green I've seen in a while.
Most what?
Green.
Green, yes.
The color.
I guess you haven't been with us for a bit. It's been very green the last couple of weeks. Excuse me. Another mint. A little bit of blue sky up there.
Yep. I see that as well.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to buy some new camera mounts. Quite limited with what I have now. My favorite trailer camera angle is now pretty much null and void. I can't do any of that. See if I can make some stuff up if we have the right type of load, but it's funny how I broke 3 mounts in one day. I'm just glad I broke them there and not on the highway and lost the camera.
Yeah. I'd rather break them out before you start driving. Yep.
few weeks ago, I talked about I only use sticky mounts. No suction cups or magnets, but I bought a magnetic mount that seems really, really strong.
Yeah.
So a load like this would actually have been perfect to test it out.
Oh, it would have been.
Maybe you'll have time in the morning tomorrow to. We're about an hour away from the customer tomorrow morning, so maybe I'll get to try it out on this tomorrow. So yeah, delivering this tomorrow, grabbing a load, Portland, that's going to Calgary, that I suspect we're not going to deliver until Friday morning. So we're not going to get home until Saturday, I think. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't really look at the delivery date, but I know pickup date's tomorrow, obviously, so. But also, we talk about these, and then sometimes they get changed.
Sometimes plans change, so we'll see. We've got the hours to drive home on Saturday, so that part's not a problem.
Yeah. I also was just like, no, not the Alberta smoke. I don't want to go up there. I know it means it's worse, but...
It wasn't too smoky when I was up there last time, so it depends on the wind direction.
Yeah.
Deer.
Well, there's a sign that was warning you. There was a sign that warned you, a digital one.
Deer crossing?
Deer migration.
Oh. I didn't read it.
I was like confused. I'm like, do they mean elk or do they actually mean deer? Because nobody talks about deer migration, but it's elk.
Forest is starting to regrow pretty good. I don't remember how many years ago the forest fire was. Honestly, any videos I shoot in British Columbia, there once was a forest fire in that area.
And Washington's pretty bad too.
Yeah.
We have quite a few smaller fires that started from lightning and campfires.
Luckily we had enough rain that I think they got them all under control pretty quick.
Not all of them. They're actually saying, surprisingly, the underbrush is still very dry.
Makes sense.
So it's still burning quite a bit if it gets to that layer.
Managed burn. Do not report. I don't see any smoke. The idea of a managed burn is burn some of the forest, some of the fuel now, underbrush,
Yeah.
because it's going to burn in the summer, fall, later on anyway. Burn some of it now so that you have kind of these walls which are already burned. It'll be easy to stop the fire there in the future.
Big barrier, basically.
Yeah.
There needs to be more of it done. It's healthy to do it.
Yeah, forest fires are healthy for the forest. keep here at 50 kilometers per hour.
I'm just thinking how much colder I'm getting.
It's down to 13 degrees Celsius. We're almost to the summit here.
I still see snow.
I'm pretty sure I shot exactly this video a couple of weeks ago, but timing wise today, I think this is really our only option. You can do it almost to the top.
That reminds me we need to buy washer fluid in the pickup.
We do need to buy some new washer fluid for the pickup.
I think we have some, we just have to bring it down.
I know we got some winter stuff, but we need some summer stuff. Maybe we have that as well. I don't know.
I don't think you'll find summer stuff quite yet, because I think I bought some. Knowing that. It always takes forever to get it into the stores around here.
It doesn't make sense. I'm running summer stuff in the big rig here because I requested it at Summit in Selma,
Mm-hmm.
and they got it from Lordco.
See, they have to go get it from somewhere. Like, the stores just don't have it. You still get the winter stuff. I'm like, it's middle of May. All of a sudden, May. It's no longer winter. The bugs are out to do the summer stuff.
Whee! Doing 100 kilometers an hour now downhill. We're light enough that I can get away with it. Steepest section's done. Yeah, it's a bit of a boring video driving through forest. All you see is forest, forest, forest. So hopefully you guys enjoy the boring videos as much as the more interesting ones. Tomorrow's going to be quite different.
Yeah, we're reading the video.
We'll be city driving.
have options over to shoot video tomorrow?
I don't think so. By the time we are unloaded, boring I-5 southbound, I don't want to shoot that. By the time we're loaded there and leaving, it'll be starting to get dark, and I don't know if we have option there. So
What was that?
I don't know what that was. Half pipe. It was a skate rink. It was a skate pipe, half pipe.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Don't know what it was. So I think tomorrow is a video of first thing in the morning city driving. And then perhaps for the other channel, a Sleep with the Trucker video in the evening as we're going along Highway 14 or something. Might be a good second video.
I like that. I'm excited he said 14.
Pretty confident we're taking 14.
I'm excited. I love that highway.
We'll probably sleep somewhere on the 14. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how smooth everything goes.
Yeah, hopefully this place can unload this pretty easily and it won't take too long.
Yeah, it's a complicated load, but this is a company that deals with this, so it should be okay.
I'm enjoying the green, the forest.
It is vibrant green. That is true.
I am enjoying it right now.
And the creeks and rivers are all very full.
Maybe warm enough soon to do some day camping and kayaking.
Mm-hmm. 12 degrees down. Should warm up. Well, it's going to get dark, so. Looking forward to doing some kayaking.
I think the water is just too cold right now for me to even want to. So you're literally sitting on it, you still feel that.
We have to fix the seats of our kayaks too.
We do,
The straps are had a little too much sun and they're torn, so we have to somehow a rope or strap or something get
Yeah.
those seats to sit right.
I was just thinking, I'm like, you don't forget how cold that Glacier Lake water temperature was. Right?
That
like,
was cold.
Like, you don't, the temperature of sitting kayaking.
Falling into that lake would have been deadly.
It would have been, yep. It would have been too late, probably.
If we had fallen in the middle of the lake, we would have been. Oh yeah, lots of elk. Cool. That was on the left-hand side there. A whole herd of elk.
Yeah, we're a little too risky on that one with what we did there.
Nah.
It was an awesome
It was
bucket
good.
list, but kind of insane. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody.
Basically, if you see me doing something that you don't think you should do, don't do it. Just
No.
don't do it.
That's common sense. I saw, I follow on social media the BC Parks or whatever, Parks Canada or whatever. You know, one of their things was like a little sticker button looking image with a moose walking. It says, I stayed down the trail and I almost sent it to you. I'm like, that's something you can't seem to do.
Stay on the trail.
Yeah.
Overheight load. I don't know what that is.
It looked foreign to me.
Four tracks, so it's a tracked equipment of some type. But Maybe power line worker. The way the boom was, maybe for power line work. I don't know.
Maybe.
Notice how I didn't say hydro? Almost did. I said power line. I almost said hydro line work.
Oh.
And I changed it to power line. Really nice and smooth. Nobody even noticed.
I didn't even notice. No. I don't know how much.
If you're confused, don't worry about it. It's a Canadian thing.
But yeah, I don't know how much of Washington could be hydro. No, there's no.
Oh, most of Washington is hydro. Yeah. There's power dams all over the place, so most of Washington is hydropower. They just don't say hydro here.
I don't know. I don't talk to many people in Washington to know. I would say that was probably more Canadian to say it.
That sound. You hear that?
I hear like
It's
a.
like the hood might be rubbing against something.
Well, I just thought that was like the wind.
No, it sounds like the hood is rubbing against something.
Now that you mention it, like that could be that too.
Maybe the hood isn't seated quite right. I'll have to check it next time I do a pre-trip. See, make sure it seats in nice and correctly. All right, I think we're all the way to the bottom. I think we'll call it a day here. We're almost up to the intersection here, right? So that way we'll drive from intersection to intersection, and it'll make my map easier to make. You guys get a little extra video just because I want to make it easier map.
Yep.
Is making that map at the beginning of the video not easy. I should share a link to the name of that app or something like that. I should make the link in there because I bet some people asked. Because it took me forever I saw other YouTubers using it. It took me forever to figure out what it was. I asked YouTuber after YouTuber. It's like, hey, what map did you use for that? Hey, what map did you use for that? And Reddit actually, somebody answered the question there because somebody else had asked that. It's like, sweet. And then realized this app is a lot of work.
It is.
Because you manually have to drag every single corner. Every one of these corners, I have to manually make a marker on the top of the corner for each and every single one of them. So on roads like this, it's a lot of work. When we drive through Alberta, it's pretty easy. The Alberta map was easy to do. These roads curving left to right all over the place. Takes a bit of work to make that map, but I'm not complaining. I enjoyed doing it. It's actually kind of It's kind of like a relaxing thing to do at the end of the day to wind down after driving all day.
Mm-hmm.
I can lay down on the bed and make this map and throw it onto the computer and then edit the video whenever I have time. It's my little unwinding thing to do every evening nowadays. Hey, look, here's our intersection. Thank you guys so much for watching. Huge thanks to the people who have hit that join button. The list is slowly getting smaller, but you know what? That's okay. It's from day one we said it was a zero pressure thing. So people can come and go as they please and change the amount of money they give as they please. Your guys' donations is about 40% of my income on YouTube. So 40% of the money I make comes from the people that hit the join button. 60% is from the ads. So thank you for that 40%. It makes a huge difference. You guys have a great evening. We are out of here. You guys rock.
Adios.